Rising YouTube, what's up, guys? How are y'all? I hope y'all are warm and everything like that, because it's very cold on this Friday. But yeah, so I wanted to talk to y'all about, more about empaths, right? Since I'm on my way into work, I definitely called out yesterday because it was too icy. Too icy, and my car ain't made for this. So about empaths, right? If you're an empathic person, this is just some things like I know that in being empathic that I've learned just in this week alone, right? So even though, if you've been watching my channel for a while or whatever, even though yes, my mom technically is a narcissist down here. But as far as like in the spiritual realm, yeah, I still wish her well and everything like that. And I just kind of been doing, because it's too goddamn cold to go outside and meditate or, just be in nature like I want to. So generally, most people, particularly if you're empathic, you tend to feel more anxiety, stress, and hell, you might even experience depression. Me personally, I always manage to keep myself grounded these days. If I gotta sit there and take a spiritual bath, then I do so. If I gotta burn some sage, I will burn some like incense and kind of just do like a 5-minute meditation, then I will. Or hell, you can just journal. You can just write or read a book. Something like that is going to help you ground yourself to where you won't feel, in a bad place. You'll feel remotely comfortable. But I had a thought in my mind, because I like to read like a chapter of this one book. It's a thick-ass book, but if I can, I like to try to read at least a chapter a day. It's only a couple pages. But I was reading it and some thoughts came to mind. I'm like, okay, this is like an idea, and it's also true, because like, even though on this physical plane I do not like what I'm getting from like my mom, right? I don't like her negativity, her negative mindset, things of this nature. You have a choice. And I'm saying yes, because I'm going to tell y'all, you are a sovereign being. Nobody can have control over you unless you allow them to. No one can manipulate you unless you allow them to. And this is a realization that I came to within myself, right? And I just want to know if you might feel validated because of this. That a lot of you, you feel the way that you feel towards people. Particularly if you're an empath, you feel like, oh, this person took advantage of me, or this person used me, or this person abused me, or this person this, that, and the third. I just want you to know that your intuition told you, like, hey, this ain't a good idea, or hey, you should kind of, your intuition saw the red flags, waved them in your face. You took it upon yourself to ignore that. You did. You took it upon yourself to ignore your intuition because you allowed your inner child to run your emotional show. Let me say that again. Your intuition can never be deceived. If you are deceived, it is because you ignored your intuition by choice, because you allowed your hurt inner child to run your emotional show. In other words, like in my case, and anybody else who has dealt with a narcissistic parent, you might have been neglected. You might have been ignored, so you didn't feel seen, you didn't feel heard. Hell, you didn't feel loved. So instead of listening to your intuition, your inner child wants to grab onto a toxic person or create an emotional attachment to a toxic person, because that person at that point is love bombing you, showing you a lot of attention, a lot of, you know, what you want or that you interpret to be love. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want attention. A lot of people want to be seen and heard. That is your inner child, because your inner child got ignored so much. I'm speaking this for me because I can relate to it. But I read something on Instagram and it hit me in my heart space. And I was like, holy fuck. That is exactly what I can, you know, relate to. So now the question is, it's like, okay, you've been doing the work, you've been doing shadow work, you've been doing inner healing work, but you still have work to do. There's no such thing as, oh, I've done the work, I'm done. No, sometimes it can take a long time. It can take a lifetime, and that's okay. But in the meantime, at least you're aware of where your triggers are. You can be aware of where your hurt is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, work on it, right? The number one thing that everybody seeks is love, right? That's what society pushes. That's what, you know, Valentine's was a couple weeks ago now, right? Even though I don't celebrate none of these pagan ass holidays, because they are all founded on rape, murder, some type of abuse, some type of satanic ritual, because obviously people have been sacrificed and killed on all of these holidays. And I hate to break it to you, I know it's Black History Month, but it is also a satanic ritual as well. So as much as I love to spread knowledge, Black History Day is more than just 28 fucking days to me. I'm black every day of my motherfucking life. So Black History Day is every fucking day. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel about it. So I don't even bother being like, hey, here's a lesson for today. No, fuck all of that. Y'all getting lessons every time I fucking post, okay? So, for real, right? So back to the empath stuff, right? A lot of people, and it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, you 9 times out of 10, if you haven't done any work on yourself, you do. You need to start. There's no such thing as, well, I'm 40, I'm 50. It doesn't matter the age of this vessel. What matters is, are you trying to evolve your soul? Yes or no? Are you going to fulfill your soul contract on this realm before you leave this physical avatar? Yes or no? The choice is yours. You're always a sovereign being. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you have the power. You have the choice. So what are you going to do with that power? What are you going to do with that choice? You control your life. And when I say you control your life, I mean, this is what I mean, right? So, in reading this book and just reading certain shit, I do love my mom, even though she's very toxic and like, she makes me throw up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about the negativity, the drama, the chaos, none of that. You know, I can actually see where she is stuck in a loop inside her own mind. And because she is stuck, like, somebody do her wrong, she starts ruminating about it over and over and over and over, and next thing you know, it is a pattern within her mind. Look, the incident or the betrayal or whatever happened was years ago or energy cycles ago. Why are you still dwelling on it? You can't go back to the past and change it. What are you doing now, in the now, moving forward? You know? So, and trust me, I already know, because she's told me the same stories a million fucking times. Like, it's to the point where she thinks she can give advice, and it's like, you have no advice to give because you're a child in a 60-year-old body, and you refuse, wherever her trauma took place, she's still stuck at that age internally, you know? And it's sad to see. But in my mind, because I'm a co-creator with the universe, I co-create my own reality, because I now have learned that as an empath, the power of my words and my emotions with my words, I can manifest in the blink of an eye. Having belief, having faith is easy. If you're that type of person where you pray and pray and pray about the same damn thing, you ain't got no fucking faith. Because you should pray and you should ask whatever it is that you want one damn time, maybe a few times, and let it go. Right? So I was doing little short meditations. The entire time that I was like in Atlanta, I was doing short 5-minute meditations where, because at the end of the day, like I said, I control my reality. As above, so below. So what I do in the spiritual realm, it's going to manifest into this physical world. I don't know when, I don't know how. That is the problem with us humans. We want to know the how, the when, the where, the why. Fuck all of that shit. Just know the shit's gonna fucking happen. And it's gonna happen it's gonna happen when you least expect it. And it's going to happen in a magical fucking way. Right? So at the end of the day, I would do these short 5-minute meditations on picturing my mother in my head. Me and her hug. We've talked a lot of shit out. I have helped her through her childhood trauma resolve it. I've helped her change her mindset from a negative mindset to a positive mindset. I know the power of my words, so I speak over her life for her. It's really no need for me to get down on my knees and pray or none of that. I speak what I want because my words never return void unto me. And when I speak it, it must be. And I am convicted within my heart and my soul when I say that. That is why I'm careful with my words. Because if I speak curses upon somebody, baby, your life in a matter of seconds can turn real ugly. And I know it because I spoke curses upon people's lives in the past. I didn't know my power. I didn't know that I was an empath. I know that we can speak words into existence. But I didn't know my power. Because as soon as I spoke what I spoke, and I left that motherfucking person alone. Woo, baby. Baby. Their whole fucking life went topsy-turvy, turned upside down. And if you didn't know what hell was, you found out. So, but you better believe this, though. Whatever they did, you better believe when they got back in contact with me years later, that apology was 100% genuine. That's all I really wanted was the apology. But I wanted them to go through hell and hot water. And then by the time they, because I think I said something along the lines of like the curse can't be lifted until they give me a genuine, heartfelt apology. So if it's not from the heart and it's not genuine, sincere, the curse is going to keep running in your life. But let me tell you, I've had people rush back apologizing. And I accept the apologies, you know what I'm saying? But again, back then, I didn't know the power of my words. I do now. So even if I am mad, I would rather be silent than to speak something and create a shitstorm for somebody. Because my mission is not to be here to cause chaos in nobody's life. Now, don't get it twisted. If you didn't do it wrong, then you deserve anything that comes upon you. Point blank, period. You reap what you sow. You do some terrible shit, when that karma come back on that ass, hey, that's on you. I mean, one thing you have to fail to realize, we all have spiritual advisors. We all have a spiritual team around us. Some people are connected with theirs, some people are not. And the people who are not, you out here living life all wild and crazy, doing whatever you want, thinking that there's no consequences. Your spiritual team will be the very ones to, the word, judge you, create judgment, pass judgment on you, because they know that you bullshitting, they know that you doing wrong. And some of y'all just dumb, out here just running around and still doing stupid and dumb shit. And then you wondering why nothing in your life is changing. And I just say that because I see it in a good amount of like family members. They want to call me up, man, this happened, that happened. I'm going to stop you at the front door, because I don't want to hear about your problems. Everyone has problems. You need to go deep down inside yourself and figure out what you're doing wrong. And 9 out of 10, it's your mindset. Transform your mind, and in you a clean heart will be, renewed or born or whatever, however the verse goes, But I'm gonna give you an example, at least in my reality, right? And I know it's coming soon, because I had a dream about my mom or whatever, and we were in a really good place, a really good space, mind you. For 2 months that I was away from Dallas, I would imagine me and her, we get along, we have great conversations. She apologized for everything. Of course, I already forgiven her, but I forgive her again and again. But as long as she continues to be in a negative space in this physical realm, I don't want nothing to do with you. So until you are actually in a place where you actually want to heal, you're going to be positive, and you are actually wanting to evolve and change on a spiritual level, because everything is spiritual first, you cannot enter my reality. You cannot be in my life. Point blank, period. And I spoke these things into existence. I visualized it in my mind, which is like a form of meditation, like a couple minutes each day. Now I'm sitting here having dreams about how me and her, to me, the dreams are more than dreams. It's me and her on a spiritual level conversing, in the spiritual realm. We're talking shit out. Physically, nothing has happened yet, but I have a feeling that it's coming. And it's coming because I believe it to be. Again, she can't enter my reality until she changes. So until those changes take place, they got to take place spiritually first. Everything is spiritually first, as above, so below. So once I got this into my mind, I'm like, because at first I ain't even gonna lie, I thought it was basically impossible. I'm like, she's never gonna change. She's always gonna remain narcissistic, blah, 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 blah. Well, to an extent, she herself is an empath. She just took a wrong turn. She never did the work to actually heal. And because she didn't do her healing, she decides to go off and hurt other people. You know that saying, hurt people. And that's exactly the road that she took. So at the end of the day, I really can't worry about her. I love her, but for right now, physically, it's from a distance. But on a spiritual level, I can love her. We can talk, we can converse, we can have all types of fun. And even on a spiritual level, I'm still cautious. I'm still like, because I remember the bullshit. I try to let it go, but it's just like, I believe you can change. I believe people can change. But it ain't going to be overnight. It ain't going to be a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that that's the case. I mean, we'll see. Because again, one thing about all these other people who got their like narcissism channels and stuff like that, the most they did was help me understand what the fuck narcissism was, the behavior patterns of these people and stuff like that. But when you think about it, if majority of the population is narcissistic, then that really means they're just empathetic, but they just chose not to do the work. Like the work on themselves. Like, it's too painful. Of course. I mean, come on now. If you go and break your leg and they have to snap it back in place and use a stent, or hell, they got to put some metal in it or or put a cast, it's gonna hurt. But that temporary pain is going to change your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you rather just have a broken leg and then be hobbling the rest of your life? Or would you rather them actually straighten the broken bone, stinted or whatever? It hurts like hell at that point in time. But you know that in the future, in several months down the line, at least your leg will be straight again. You could walk normally again. You got to go through the pain to get the results, the healing. I'll say that. You have to go through the pain to get to the healing. There's just no way around it. If you get a paper cut, and paper cuts hurt like hell, especially when you get them in between your fingers, that shit fucking hurts. It hurts like hell. Every time you move your fingers, you feel it. It hurts. But you had to go through the pain before your body could start healing that area that you got cut. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be some level of pain. And the physical pain is more short and temporary, because I'm pretty sure everybody's had all kind of bruises and scars and all kinds of stuff. And you could be like, yeah, I broke my finger when I was 5. Or, you remember it, but you don't remember the pain. You know what I'm saying? But that emotional or that psychological pain, that's a different kind of pain, because it is longer lasting. And that's where I feel like people who are narcissistic, hell, and anything else, that's where they are. Like, spiritually, you're sick. And because of that, you refuse to actually take control of your mind, try to be positive, and try to, get into your heart space. But it's all cool, because the way I look at it is, it's a ripple effect. As I heal myself, the people who enter my life, they have no choice but to be healed themselves, because I'm not dealing with anybody who's unhealed. If you're unhealed, I am going to cast you out of my circle, period. I am. It's not my job to heal you. And healing people, do you know how exhausting that shit is for an empath? Very. I'm not about to be exhausted trying to heal nobody. And I'm just giving energy just in making this video right now. My essence, my soul, my everything is just in this video right now. So people, I know that I can heal people through conversations. Why else do people call me wanting to have therapeutic sessions? I'm gonna start charging y'all motherfuckers. My healing energy is not for free. It is not. I'm not about to be on the phone with somebody all day. No, I'm not. I'll be on the phone with you for a little bit, but I got shit that I gotta do. And people just love to call me up with their problems. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna stop you. If you start talking negative and start complaining, I'm gonna stop you right at the front door. I'm gonna tell you, I need for you to go put your shoes back on and walk and leave my house. And when I say that, I'm talking about a metaphor of my mind. I'm not gonna allow you to dump your negativity off on me, because now my mood is shifting, and I can't have that. If you are not going to shift your mood to suit my mood, then we don't need to talk. So to the people who do have the courtesy to ask me, hey, I need to vent, are you available, do you mind? I love those people. I don't like people calling me up and they just dump, they just vent. No, I don't have time for that. But I'm just saying, as an empath, you have power. Your words have power. Your emotions have power. And your emotions with your words combined have power. You just have to learn to use them. If somebody does me wrong, I don't sit there and be like, particularly if they're, my people, Latino or black, I don't want to wish bad on you. I really truly don't. So you know what? You might have did something that crossed me, but the most I'll do is I'll meditate on it now. At this point, I have matured to a level that I don't have to. Don't get me wrong. I want justice, and justice is going to come, because when you do wrong, you're gonna reap what you sow. So karma's gonna come on you. But at that same time, once you're done reaping your karma, the goodwill that I have spoken upon you, or that I picture in my mind to happen to you, it'll happen. You know? And honestly, it makes me feel good to actually, it makes them feel bad, because it's like, damn, you know, she did this, she did that, or they did these things to you. And then when you've done nothing but wish them goodwill, good charity, you know, you view them from like God's point of view, like, you know what I'm saying, like it says, love thy neighbor like you love yourself. When you begin to imagine them to be like you, or you know what I'm saying, like if they're always walking around angry, in your mind you picture them to be this happy, smiley, cheerful person, it's gonna manifest into reality of them being a happy, cheerful person. It has no choice, because as an empath, as a chosen one, a starseed, you have that power to do that. You have the power to change people's realities. You really, truly do. So knowing that you have that type of power, use it wisely. That's all I'm going to say. Don't use it to be like, oh, this and oh, that. Because as you're learning yourself, you got to learn to control your thoughts, control your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You do. You really got to learn. But that's something that I learned about myself. I said, hold on, let me give this a try. And, well, things are turning around and things are changing, you know? And I'm saying I speak things into existence because, you know, I don't know about you all. And I'm going to talk to the ladies right now, right? I'm going to talk to the ladies. So, as a matter of fact, I'll probably make another video because this one's already running like 30 minutes. But I'm going to make the next video and I'm going to talk to the ladies real quick. So, like, share, subscribe. And if this resonated with you, then hey, welcome to the family. Because on here, I speak nothing but just facts, things, real life situations. You know, and I can't make up none of the stuff that I talk about. Because it's from my own experiences and from experiences that, you know, other people have given me to permission to share, things of that nature. But I'm not here to badmouth, bash, or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a spiritual being in a human body, I still got these human emotions. So you can't get cursed out. Come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not go there. Don't think because a person has become spiritual that they still won't run these hands. Like, yes, you can get the hands, for real. So, but, alright, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will holler at y'all in the next video. Alright, bye, y'all.